Hello everyone, my name is History Nuggets, and today we will continue our Napoleonic War series with the War of the Sixth Coalition. During Napoleon's disastrous withdrawal from Russia, a failed invasion featuring Napoleon losing catastrophic amounts of cavalry and wagons, Britain had already been at war with France for 8 years, thanks to the Peninsular War that was going on. After the secret French occupation of Swedish Pomerania, Swedish relations began to die down. Charles John of Sweden would declare neutrality due to his hostile relations with Russia. However, this would change on the 18th of July thanks to a series of treaties that saw Russia, Sweden, and Britain set aside their differences. The conventions of Tarragone would occur on the 30th of December, seeing Prussian troops and generals begin to not support the French, and their relations with helping the retreating France began to die down. The Treaty of Calstich on the 28th of February 1813 would declare Prussia on the side of the Allies. Moreover, Austria would end their alliance with France, and Austria would declare armed neutrality. On the 3rd of March 1813, the United Kingdom and Sweden entered a military alliance, and Sweden declared war on France, liberating Swedish Pomerania. On the 17th of March, King Frederick Wilhelm III of Prussia declared a call for arms, declaring war on France on the 13th of March. The Battle of Mâcon would occur, where Russian troops defeated French troops. Napoleon would begin his massive retreat from Spain, resulting in massive Spanish, Portuguese, British victories against the French. Austria, after trying to find a diplomatic compromise, would declare war on France in August. Napoleon would form a massive 400,000-man army and would quickly defeat the Allies at Lutzen and Bautzen, losing 40,000 troops in each battle. The Russians and Prussians would lose lots of troops, resulting in massive demoralization. While French losses of horses would hurt Napoleon a lot, as his lack of cavalry made it to where capitulating on these victories was impossible. Napoleon's army was also highly inexperienced and made up of many young people. Napoleon and the Allies would form an armistice for both sides to regain their armies. On the 21st of May, 1813, Swedish troops would occupy Hamburg. The Swedish would also have to withdraw, however, and this would be the only military action during the armistice of Paswitz. During this armistice, Napoleon gained 650,000 soldiers, and the Confederation of the Rhine supplied much of these troops. The Allies would gain so much men that they would amount to 900,000, including the Spanish front. Alexander of Russia, Frederick Wilhelm of Prussia, and Karl Johann of Sweden would meet in Silesia to coordinate these efforts, planning a massive assault where they would simply avoid Napoleon at all costs. Napoleon's army would begin to face many defeats, with themselves becoming isolated many times around the river. Many bridges would collapse in these battles, resulting in heavy French losses, up to 20,000. The Battle of Culm would be yet another Napoleon loss, as well as Dennewitz. The French would begin to face many more retreats and defeats, resulting in both armies beginning to head towards Leipzig. The Battle of Leipzig would then occur, with the Battle of Nations occurring, seeing 430,000 different soldiers fighting. This gigantic battle would result in a French defeat, but Napoleon would be able to retreat, despite the premature destruction of the White Elster Bridge. Napoleon would win at the Battle of Hanau, and the siege of Hamburg would begin. Napoleon would be offered peace terms, but would deny these, and the Allies would withdraw them. Sweden and Denmark began to fight heavily, with the Swedes quickly invading, winning at Bornhavad and losing at Sehested. The Danish would try for an armistice, where they would begin to lose even more. They would sue for peace shortly after. Norway after this would be given to Sweden. The French would then see themselves continuously retreat, with the forces in the peninsula completely collapsing. Wellington of the UK would push deep, eventually reaching French lands, and winning the Battle of Nivelle and Nive. Napoleon would defend the homeland hard in his six-day campaign, winning battles despite being outnumbered 1 to 10. However, the Allied numbers were too much. The French would lose on the outskirts of Paris, and Tsar Alexander I would be the head of the army entering France, seeing Napoleon deposed. Napoleon abdicated on the 11th of April, 1814, seeing the Treaty of Paris on the 30th of May, 1814. Seeing Napoleon exiled to Elba, the Bourbon monarchy returning, and the Congress of Vienna beginning to redraw Europe. This is History Nuggets. Thank you for watching.